Derpy was referring to Mike as Father of the Year, and Mike finishes his sentence with his child before we go in the air. Don't drink the rum and coke, though.
Well, okay, yes, it is like 11:51 a.m. here, but I have been up since midnight working. So I want to hear from you.
Don't drink rum and coke.
Oh God.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is episode 358 of the Two Dum Yinzers. We are 7 days away from camp, 3 weeks away from the first preseason game with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 3 weeks from right now, it'll be game day.
I can't wait.
51 days from the season opener against the 49ers. Here we are. Welcome back to Two Dum Yinzers, everybody. A couple things before we start. I do want to just talk about briefly. Here's something that I learned. This is a new age thing, guys. Apparently, this is going on now amongst our younger people. Derpy, you might be involved in this. I was talking to one of the guys in the building here from another show, and apparently he's been talking to a girl for a while, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And he recently came up to me and said, now this is about 3 weeks after he showed me the picture of this girl, real pretty. He just came up to me yesterday and says, guess what? I finally got her number. I said, haven't you been talking to her for like a month? And he said, yeah. And I was like, what do you mean you just got her number? Well, apparently this is the thing. There's like a pre-screening process through Messenger and things like this. And then once they feel comfortable with you, they then are comfortable enough to give you their phone number. So apparently there's an extra added step. And you would think maybe with the screening process that this generation has, the relationships would be a little bit better. But it doesn't seem to be working. I don't get this. I don't get this. So you don't get the phone number right away. You have to have like a tryout, basically.
Yeah. You go through like Messenger and then like just go Messenger, then Snap, then the phone number. Because I'm out of practice. I don't get it.
We were kids. You would just go up and get somebody's number.
Yeah.
You call them, and that would be. It's a whole process now. This internet, this technology is a double-edged sword.
It's too much for me. It might be easier for them though. You never know.
It's not because you have to wonder if they're a woman or not.
Hey, love is love, Derpy. Love is love.
I'm sorry. That's just.
Yeah, nowadays you have to worry about that. You have to worry about if it's a woman or not. We didn't have to worry about that. We knew. We had an eye for this thing.
But now hey, you can find your soulmate in whatever type of vessel, whatever type of human being out there for you, Derpy. We got you. This is going to be a new segment. We're going to get Derpy. We're going to find Derpy his long love.
Well, how do we know that Derpy doesn't have his long love? He just might not be telling us.
Well,
you keep your
personal life. It is my dog.
Life.
Okay, it is my dog.
Mike keeps his personal life tight-lipped, and I never know what's going on with him. I still thought he was dating the girl that we went to we hosted a show with last year, which was a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
One day he just randomly said that it was something. I thought, okay, you're not even with this. So like Mike, maybe
I keep everything typed to the best. But Derpy's an open guy. He's Derpy seems like a man of the world. Okay. I figured he would tell us if he was or wasn't. So I'm thinking, we'll help him, man.
I don't know if Derpy would. Yeah, maybe. Would you, Derpy? Would you tell us if you were in a relationship with the love of your life?
That is my dog.
Well, if it wasn't your dog, if it was another human being, you would tell us. I think that you would.
Yeah.
I just don't get this. It's like it's a screening process, which I guess is a good thing, but it seems like a lot.
It's just what reality is anymore.
Who wants to go through these steps?
Yeah, you know what? It might work out better for him. So,
but as I said, the relationships don't seem to be getting any better nowadays. They seem to be getting worse.
Hey, well, it's because everything's out there now. Everyone puts everything on social media. Back in the day, we didn't have social media, so you didn't know what was going on in your friends' lives.
One other thing, while I'm talking about the younger generation, Derpy, you might have just caught it. I was talking about this with somebody the other day. Remember, Toys R Us? It was this castle with
Yeah,
toys
the giraffe. The giraffe.
from the ceiling to the floor.
Jeffrey, you put some respect on his name.
In
That
every
is not
square
fine,
inch,
but that
every
was
square inch
heaven.
of this store was toys from the ceiling to the floor,
To the windows,
That
to
was
the
a kid's
walls.
to the
heaven.
windows, to the wall. And you know what? It was one of the most amazing experiences as a child, for me especially, to walk into this building and see toys as far as the eye
Everywhere.
can see. And you know, and that wasn't it. It was if you went to the mall, they had toy stores.
Yeah.
Kids just don't play with toys. And it's, you know, and I
They
get
don't.
it. It's the change in the times, and everyone has it's screen time now. But I think these
All
kids
they
are
got
really
is their
missing out
phones.
because the experience of walking into this building and seeing nothing but toys was
They
an
got the
amazing
internet.
experience. Yeah, they got the internet, I guess.
And
That's their
I'm
toy.
glad like kids don't want toys. Because my God, if my kid played with toys, I'd be broke.
And I thought that too. I thought, you know, it's
Well, he has some
Yeah.
toys he plays with. The ones that he plays with them all the time. Where
Yeah.
you know, Ryan, like you and I when we were younger, oh, I want this, I want that. You play for it a little bit, and then you want to play with it again.
right.
So I think if you keep the kids' toys options to a minimum, they will play with them more.
We were poor, so I just had to steal my friends' toys. That was usually the
Yeah, I remember you telling me that late at night one night.
yeah. But there you have it, everybody. The trip down memory lane. I'm going to start with some football talk today. Yeah, baby. This
I'm
is
talking
Friday, everyone. Heading into the weekend. Again, we are only 3 weeks away. 3 weeks from right now, you're going to be getting ready to watch the first Steeler preseason game of the year against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think people are really chomping at the bit at this point. From everything that I'm gathering on social media and from people I talk to, people are really ready for football season, guys.
Oh, it can't get here fast enough. This off season, it's gone by fast, but it seems like it dragged and
Yeah.
dragged. I think the Buccos being relevant for about a month
That
kind of
helped.
helped it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which we'll get more into, Ohtani is on the hill tonight against the Pirates. So I just want to put that out there to let that resonate in your minds.
103 coming at you.
So I'm excited about this. You hear about so much about this guy, and I talked to a few guys during the week this week, and they said, "No, I don't think he's not going to pitch against us. He has a blister."
I think a blister is going to stop Ohtani.
No, the guy has 139 strikeouts, for crying out loud.
We'll let him up.
You know what? This will be the guy that we beat, or you know what? Either that, or he'll get a no hitter against us, which I think would be pretty cool. Anyway, I think if Ohtani would throw a no hitter,
I want a perfect. I'm going for a perfect game.
Yeah. Football though, Coach Tomlin leaps Bill Belichick to second in head coach rankings, just behind Andy Reid. You guys want to hear the reason for this? Reason being,
Yeah,
Bill Belichick has underperformed in recent years. Bill Belichick has underperformed in recent years. Let me say that one more time. Bill Belichick has underperformed recent years. So the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers leapfrogs him into second because Mike Tomlin's teams haven't underperformed in the past 7 years either, I guess. But
yeah.
What do you think, guys?
I saw that and I scratched my head. I like Mike Tomlin. I think he's a pretty good coach. But number two, no, right now it's Andy Reid. And number two is still Bill Belichick. Yeah, these past years his teams haven't performed that well. But my God, look at this. What are they ranking it on? Like from last year? What if that's the case?
And even if you did from last
should
year,
be number two.
You would think somebody like the Bills coach or the Eagles coach.
The Eagles coach should be up
these
there.
guys.
Yeah, like Mike McDaniel should be up there. It's
how Mike Tomlin weaseled his way into that second position is beyond. Like you said, I like Tomlin. Don't get me wrong; he's our coach, and I want the best things for him. But this is crazy.
Yeah, he's very consistent. You could say the same thing about Belichick to the past 2 years. Yeah, his roster construction, Belichick's roster construction, the past 2 years have not been that great, but to say Tomlin's been more consistent, no, like Tomlin is the model of consistency, but it's not like upper end consistency of the past 12 years. Right. It is what it is. He should not be that high, and I find it laughable. There's coaches that are doing so much better. Look at Shanahan out in San Francisco.
Cincinnati,
he was able
the
to do.
Bills, the Philly. There's a handful of teams you could say.
He's in the top half of the league. He's in
that
top 15, maybe hitting on top 10, but number 2 overall.
Number 2,
no, and I'm
just
a
behind
Tomlin
Andy
guy.
Reid.
Well, and you got to figure out too. Andy Reid, my God, he fell backwards into a good spot because he was almost a failure in Philly for making what the NFC Championship game 4 years in a row, not winning a Super Bowl, and lucks into arguably the greatest quarterback of all time after Tom Brady.
Yeah, we'll see about
kind
that.
of early in his career, he's tracking. He fell into a good, and that's what it is. Opportunity, man. You get into the right opportunity. Look at Belichick.
Smart guy.
Belichick, was able to surround himself with some really good assistant coordinators,
right?
And then found someone who made themselves into the best quarterback of all time. It's good track record.
Look at the
they got lucky there, but come on now, to put Belichick below Tomlin right now.
Belichick surrounds himself with the right people. Smart move. Andy Reid falls into the right situation. Smart move. Mike Tomlin
he's in a good position.
Mike Tomlin keeping Matt Canada around.
Not a good move.
It's questionable.
Hey, everyone liked the way the offense started to
nobody
move.
likes
Let
me tell you something. Whether you like,
people were saying, "Hey, this offense is looking pretty good. It's moving the ball." Canada was
that's because it was Canada so bad the first half. Listen, nobody, whether you like or you dislike Kenny Pickett, likes Matt Canada. I don't care who you are. I love
Matt Canada. Matt Canada is my offensive coordinator.
That is why you're insane. But let's move on. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they have one signing left, guys, before the preseason starts. They're going to try to take care of course, they wrapped up Alex Highsmith the other day with a crazy deal. Joey Porter Jr. is the one. Mike, do we get Joey Porter Jr. signed before camp? I think he'll be signed before the season for sure, but do we see Joey Porter Jr. signing a contract between today and next Friday?
I think so, yeah, because I really don't know what there is to argue, like, for the contract wise. Maybe the way money's paid out, it may be like a guarantee, because it's slotted in, right, for all these draft picks. You know what you're going to make where you get picked. It's just how language is worded, how money's paid out. So I can see it being done. And
he's the last one.
Yeah, I think it's going to get done. He doesn't look like the guy just to hold out to make a point.
No, I think JPZ Jr. wants to get on the field and do his thing. So I really do.
They're just trying to work on the language, get what's best for him and his agent, probably trying to get what's best for him. The team's trying to get what's best for them. And they're trying to find that common ground. It'll get done. I'm not worried.
I just hope Joey Porter Jr. brings the same mentality and mindset his father did.
See, I don't think you're going to get the same thing. They're two different kind of players, and I expect that. I want this guy to be a good cornerback. His dad was a good linebacker, and the intensity he brought. And a lot of times you take that intensity to the defensive backfield, it turns into penalties. I want him to be smart, which he seems to be. He seems to be a smart kid. I want him to play the game well. I want him to do the right things that he's supposed to be doing in the defensive backfield. And I think that's what we're going to get from him, because I haven't got the impression that he blows off the end like Joey Porter Sr. did.
Yeah.
You want the same intensity, but in a sense, you need this guy to be a smart cornerback.
If he was a strong safety, I would want that.
Right.
But as a corner,
a million things are going through his head. Yeah. Right.
You can see that he's fiery. He's a competitor, but at the same time, like Oxfield, he's that laid back kind of kid.
And he comes off as a smart kind of guy. He doesn't seem like a dummy.
And that's that's what you want in corners. You want someone who's confident and smart, and that's laid back until it's time to play. Because
you
can
get read what's going on in front of you.
Not good.
I mean, you could have all the athletic talent in the world, which some guys only have. But if you put you add that with the smarts, he has potential to be a really good cornerback. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully, we get him signed over the next week. This Jets receiver yesterday, there was interest. The Steelers and somebody else. What was it? Mims.
Lions.
And then he ends up
Lions.
Then he ends up going to the Lions. So that was a non-story for us. I caught that early on, and that didn't pan out.
Yeah, I don't know why we needed another receiver.
No, that's what I thought. I thought this probably isn't going to happen.
I mean, why not though? Because health reasons.
You never know. Yeah, if you trade I forget what he was traded for, but my God, if there's anything above like a fifth or sixth, it would have been a bad trade.
Again, though, keep your eye on those Detroit Lions. I keep saying that, everybody. Detroit's going to be a fun team to watch this year. New uniforms. Let's start in the division. Did anybody see the new Cleveland Brown all whites?
I like them.
They're all white. They have an all white. That's because they're like Penn State with shit stains on them.
Yep.
Why'd you gotta ruin it for me? But yeah, they do. I like them. It's a nice look.
They look like wipes.
And then you can see like
a baby wipe.
Yeah.
You can see who's been down in the muck, who's been grinding.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I always thought the shit brown uniforms were the worst in the league. So this is kind of a step up.
It's a clean look. I've liked every new uniform I've seen.
That one takes me to the next one. Did you guys see the Indianapolis Colts uniforms that they're going to be wearing in week 7? They have black helmets.
I've seen this, Ryan.
Black helmets with a blue horseshoe on the side, of course, and then they have like an all blue uniform, almost like Duke does in college.
It's the worst uniform I've ever seen in my life.
See, I like it.
Derpy, you don't like it. Mike, you do like it.
I don't.
What is it? Why is it that you don't like? I mean,
it's just a weird blue.
Yeah, it's so much blue, right? It's too blue.
It's not their traditional colors. It's outside like what you would traditionally associate with the Colts and their blue. But I kind of like it. I it's different. I like it. It's something I could. It looks to me nice, and I like it. I mean, it's better than the creamsicle uniforms. It's better than some of these teams' uniforms that we've seen.
I see. I like all these changing up. I mean, as long as they're not permanent changes and they go back to the
it's just every
uniforms.
Once in a while. Yeah, I think they're going to wear it maybe once or twice. Both teams are maybe 3 times this year, and I'm okay with it. I mean, it's not the Pittsburgh Steelers Bumblebee jersey. Right. Nothing's going to top that in the greatest uniform.
And again, as long as it's done in that fashion, like the Bumblebee, you use it and then you know what, you put it away. Yeah. But you know what? I don't hate this uniform. I like blue in general, so I think these are nice with the black helmet. You know, it's not terrible. One more NFL story before we move on. Former Pitt wide receiver, former USC wide receiver, Jordan Addison, pulled over in Minnesota for driving his Lamborghini 140 miles an hour in a 55 mile per hour zone, issued a citation for speeding and reckless driving. Is he going to be one of these guys? Is there going to be an issue with him all the time? You know what? He didn't talk much when he was at Pitt. Then he went to USC. And then he kind of got a little out of control with his words a little bit, but it was like, okay, whatever. He's a kid. He's going whatever. So then he gets drafted. He comes up on a stage. We're waiting. You know, I think people in general were waiting for some kind of classy words from these kids every time they came up and got drafted. He comes up, show me the money, which again, that's fine. Just 2 days ago, he gets pulled over in his Lamborghini going 140 miles an hour and 55. Mike Derpy, is he going to have problems? Is there going to be issues with this guy?
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm getting a read, but you know what? I could be wrong. What do you think?
He's a wide receiver. Wide receivers are divas, but he's right now on that going that fast. You know, Henry Ruggs, like last year, same thing, going that fast and killed someone. So, you know, we saw Jalen Carter racing, killed someone. You know, this used to be a funny story back in the day. You know, I remember Yager got pulled over going for 100 something going down the parkway. So, you know, athletes do this, but come on now, you got to be smarter now. You're under such a microscope nowadays. You can't get away with this stuff anymore. And
you're right. Especially in a state like Minnesota,
I don't mind
it's a very
the show me the money stuff like that. No, you're a wide receiver. Everyone knows wide receivers and DBs. They're going to be yapping. That's just comes with the territory. But this, you don't want to do that. It's a bad look, especially what just happened, especially with, you know, players coming out of the Jalen Carter this year, Henry Ruggs last year. You don't want to do stuff like that.
No, that's it. You want to stay away from these kind of things.
I get it. Driving fast is fun, but you don't want to do it.
Before we touch a little bit on baseball, do you guys want to hear? I pulled up some more statistics over the last 10 years. Do you guys want to hear who has the best and the worst records in the AFC over the past 10 years?
Let's hear it.
The best team over the past 10 years, excuse me, in the NFL, the best team has been the Kansas City Chiefs with a 117-45 record. 117-45 over the past 10 years.
Does not surprise me.
Second best, New England Patriots, 111 wins and 51 losses.
Doesn't surprise me.
So there's your two coaches that Mike Tomlin was up against, or what we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm. The Golden Boy franchises.
Number 3,
Derpy, you're just jelly.
The third best team
I
in the
just think I'm
AFC over the
realistic.
past 10 years was the Pittsburgh Steelers with 160-2 record. 100 wins, 60 losses, 2 ties.
So averaging 10 years a year, 10 years a year, 10 wins a year. Not bad.
Plus 2 ties.
The number 4 team in the AFC over the past 10 years were the Baltimore Ravens with a 93-69 record.
That I did not see them being that high.
Number 5 with a 92-69 record, only one less win, same amount of losses, but it was because of the game lost last season. The Buffalo Bills, of course, the DeMar Hamlin game got scratched. So they are 5th best over the past 10 years with a 92-69 record.
I'm noticing real quick. I'm noticing a theme here.
Next, Indianapolis Colts, 83-78-1. Cincinnati Bengals, 80-78-3. The Bengals had 3 ties over the past 10 years.
The Bengals.
Wild.
It is wild. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 8th best team in the AFC over the past 10 years with an 81-81, a 500% record, was the Denver Broncos. Halfway through the AFC teams, Denver Broncos 81-81. The next team, Mike, 4 games under 500 with the 79-83 record, was the San Diego Chargers, which are now the Los Angeles Chargers. Number 10, Miami Dolphins 78-84. Then Tennessee 78-84. Followed up by the Las Vegas Raiders 67-95. The Houston Texans 65-96-1. Now we're down to the last.
That doesn't surprise me. Them being
last 3
low.
teams. I'm gonna give you these 3 teams, fellas. You tell me what order you think they're going to be. The last 3 teams in no specific order are Jacksonville, the Jets, and the Browns. Does anybody want to take a bet on who the next one is? Jacksonville, the Jets, and the Browns.
Let's go with the Jets.
Did you say the Jets or the Jags?
Jets. Sorry,
the Jets. What do you think, Derpy?
Jets, Jags, Browns.
Derpy.
Jets, Jags, Browns. The next team on the list, 3 worst teams in the AFC over the past 10 years. The Jets are 56-106. 56-106.
Ooh.
Second to last, the Cleveland Browns, 54-107-1. 54-107-1. Finally, bringing up the rear in the AFC, the worst team of the past 10 years record-wise has been the Jacksonville Jaguars with a 49-113 record. They lost 113 games in 10 years.
Insane. That is insane. You figure the amount of number.
Kansas City won 117.
Yeah, you figure the amount of top picks that the Browns and the Jags had in
Like
that
the
time.
Pirates.
They should be so much better. But I tell you what, though, that Jacksonville team is the team to look out for this year.
Oh, absolutely.
They
I've
are
been saying that ever since they drafted dude at quarterback. And you know what? I don't change that one bit. The guy's a real deal. I would have loved to
They have so
Trevor
much
Lawrence.
talent.
Oh,
They have so much talent on that team ready. They're just ready.
a lot of
Last year,
great things.
oh god, that second half comeback in that playoff game that they almost won showed that they're ready for prime time. This
If
year.
they put a team together like they had about 7 years ago or so, when they had everything
God.
except the quarterback, with the quarterback
look
they
out.
have now, they're going to be good for a long time. This kid is the real deal. Guys, we do have to move on. Baseball tonight. The Pirates are back at it. Game 1 of 3 against the Anaheim Angels. The Angels come in with a 49-48 record. The Pittsburgh Pirates, of course, are 42-54. This is game 1 of 3. The game time is 9:38. I think the most intriguing part of the whole thing is the starting pitcher for the Angels is going to be Ohtani. I don't know if he's the home run leader, but he's certainly up there. He has about 35 home runs.
He's definitely the MVP.
Yeah, he's the front runner for MVP in the league. He's coming in with a 7-5 record, 3.50 ERA, and 139 Ks on the season. He's going to be facing Johan Oviedo, who's coming with a 3-10 record, guys. 3-10. 4.53 ERA and 97 Ks on the season.
Good.
This game. And also, I do want to mention that the Pirates did lose ground yesterday. They are 11.5 games. They lost ground on their day off. They're 11.5 games out of first place. It is officially the free fall.
I'm here for the free fall. I am loving every second of it. God, outside of this Pirate game, outside of watching Ohtani, I would want to see if Trioli, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Jared Triolo. He's been a treat to watch.
I just want to see if he can keep that hitting streak going. It's the best since like the 1920s.
You know what I like about him, Mike? He wasn't even the guy that you were supposed to see. You were supposed to see Henry Davis. You were supposed to see Andy Rodriguez. You were supposed to see Nick Gonzalez. This Jared Triolo, he's been a real treat because he's playing third base where Brian Hayes, he has this position locked down, and he came up. He's playing third base great, and his hitting is spectacular. So, what do you do when Brian Hayes gets healthy, gets back in there, and he's ready to go back and play his position? I've always went by the motto of you can't lose your position by to an injury. So it's unfortunate for either Triolo or, again, I don't think that Brian Hayes is going to lose his spot. But what do you think? How do you think that's going to shake out, Mike, with with the injury? Derpy, what do you guys think?
You don't want to lose your job to, because you're injured. So you figure Brian Hayes would come back and would start. But this kid's making it difficult for you to take him out of the lineup. You got to right now. You got to play the hot hand. He's providing offense, and if the defense is good enough, could be a better option than Brian Hayes.
I agree. It's a good problem to have.
Brian Hayes might be the best defensive third baseman, but if you can't produce anything on offense and a team that can't produce anything on offense, I'd rather sacrifice a little bit of that defense for more offense.
On the Indianapolis Indians team, our AAA team, of course, the Pittsburgh Pirates affiliate, they in their starting lineup last night had Castro, Palacios, Smith-Njigba, Delay. So I'm glad to start to see all these guys that aren't performing. They are working their way back down to AAA. I think that they got way too many chances, and I think what it was just the fact that we were uncharacteristically successful early in the season. At this point, even if Delay isn't doing much, don't break don't fix what isn't broken. And early on, we were successful enough, but now you're starting to see these guys get sent down. You're starting to see the guys that were down brought up. And, it's pretty much at the point where you have to do this now. I mean, you can't stick with, you can't keep sticking Castro in there. You can't keep sticking Palacios in there. You can't keep sticking. So, again, keep doing, these are the necessary moves.
I hate to say it, but you're right. I hate saying you're right. Oh, feels dirty.
You got to get used to saying that more. It sounds so good coming from your mouth. The Pittsburgh Riverhounds, they host the Charleston Battery tomorrow at home, 7:30. Get down, check out the Pittsburgh Riverhounds at Highmark Stadium. The Charleston Battery coming to town. Mike, play the Red Hot Riverhounds.
Let's go Riverhounds, boys.
Go Hounds. Mike, why
finally a good team.
Everybody about the website. Yeah.
2dumyinzers.com, the number 2 DUMYINZERS.com. Head on over there for all your 2 Dum Yinzers needs, especially check out that merch store. Buy your Bob Nothing merch.
All right, guys. Today be a Angels trivia, and I'm not even giving them a city because I don't even know what city they're in. They're either Anaheim or California or Los Angeles, or it's just going to be Angels trivia.
Just Angels trivia.
Angels trivia. And since we're facing a dominant pitcher, this is going to be a pitcher question. Derpy, are you ready?
I know nothing about the Angels.
Derpy.
All right.
I don't think Mike knows either. But
this is day one, so it's rather easy. All right, here we go. Which pitcher threw for 4 no-hitters as an Angel? Which pitcher threw 4 no-hitters as an Angel? Go ahead and think that over. We are live 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday, every single day, 11:30, right here. And if you missed this or you just want to listen to the show and podcast, the show that we do live every day gets uploaded brand new over on Spotify, 8 o'clock in the evening. Just want to listen to the show. You only have an opportunity to listen to the show. Pop your earbuds in, get to the gym, go to work. 8 o'clock every day. This show gets uploaded brand new over on Spotify, podcast form. All right, here we go. Question of the day is this: which pitcher threw 4 no-hitters as an Angel? I'm going to start with Derpy today. Derpy, what do you think? Who do you think threw 4 no-hitters as an Angel?
Noah Syndergaard. I don't know.
Syndergaard? Is that your final answer?
Yeah. I don't even know if he's on the team. I don't know.
All right, I got Derpy locked in with Syndergaard. Mike, who do you think was the pitcher who threw 4 no-hitters as an Angel? 4. That's pretty
that is up there.
amazing.
My God, I literally cannot think of any Angels pitchers whatsoever. So yeah, I'm gonna go with nothing. I'm gonna say you're lying and you're making this up.
All right, so we got Derpy says Syndergaard. Mike says a guy named I'm lying and I'm making it up. I'm gonna lock him in on that. One of my favorite pitchers, of course.
You're gonna be mad.
You are gonna be mad because you know who it is. This was an easy one. I thought both you guys would at least be ballpark. Which pitcher threw 4 no-hitters as an Angel? Of course, was Nolan Ryan.
He was an Angel.
He was an Angel.
I forgot he was an Angel.
Played for the Astros, the Angels, the Mets. There was a handful of teams, and he seemed to throw multiple no-hitters on all of them.
Man,
his career.
That guy bounced around the league in that type of era.
But he was
something wrong with him.
He was in his 50s when he retired, though.
He was at the end of his career when he was an Angel.
That says a lot about baseball. You can be like 90 years old out there throwing no-hitters.
But they were 108 miles an hour.
These guys aren't athletes, man. They're
108 miles an hour back then, you know. Derby, you got anything before we take off for today? Gonna go out and get any
Friday.
girls? I can't even say you're gonna go out and get any girls' phone numbers. You're gonna go out and meet a girl and start talking to her on Messenger for a while, or I see. Here's the thing: I'm glad I'm my age because I don't. What do you do? I don't even know how to date. I don't know how to date. What do you do? You know,
that's what Tinder's for.
Yes.
No, it's Friday. Enjoy the beautiful weather. We got it, and it's almost Steeler time. Let's go. Here we go.
All right, here we go, Mike.
My God, I can't wait for training camp. It needs to get here soon enough so we can just talk nothing but football from A to B on the show. I can't wait for football season.
All right, and I agree with both you guys. I can't wait. Again, 7 days till camp. 3 weeks from today is the first preseason football game against the Buccaneers. 51 days from right now is the opening game with the San Francisco 49ers at home. Start out the season for the Steelers. My thought for the day is this: if you generally don't watch baseball, you might want to check it out tonight because you're seeing a generational athlete who is going to be going up against the Pirates. Of course, we're talking about Ohtani. That this guy is something, and you don't see him a lot, especially if you're a National League fan. Check him out. It's I hope he does something special. You know, I mean, it's always fun to see what this guy can do.
He's going to embarrass us, and I can't wait.
More than likely. But for this show, for Derpy, Mike, myself, the two Dum Yinzers, everybody have a great